Hi there, this is Subhodeep Sarkar again, and today I am going to give you an assignment which is very simple and very easy. And I just want to make sure that you understand all of the concept which I have taught you in the last video. Okay, so let's get started. So the scenario is like that. Let's say you are an employer who hires a lot of people. You are an employer of a company, and a lot of people works under you. Now that many people works for a certain period of time, and for every hour they charge certain amount of money. So your task is to calculate the total cost that is generated. For example, let's say you are the employer and 100 people work under you. So 100 people work for, let's say, 10 hours. Okay, there are 100 people who works for 10 hours under you, and for every hour they charge $10. Let's say they charge $10. That's just an example. Now you have to calculate the total cost for 100 people who worked for 10 hours, where for every hour you will have to give them $10. Okay, so now I have already written the program, but I won't show you the code because I want to make sure that you get all the things clear by yourself. I won't show the code right now, but I'll definitely show you the code tomorrow. I'll make a separate video and I'll guide you step by step what actually happening. Okay, but I have already written the program and I wanna show you how it actually works. Okay, so let's here. Okay, Control L. So this is the VS Code. And I'm gonna run the program. So as you can see, the program starts with a welcoming statement. Welcome to the salary calculator, because you are actually calculating the salary of employees. Okay, enter the total number of employees. It is asking for the number of employees that works under you. So let's say 100 workers works for you. Enter the total number of hours they worked. So how many hours did they work? So let's say 10 hours. And how much they charge for every hour? That is, enter the rate per hour, the amount or the money they charge every hour. Let's say $10. Now you will press enter and this line will print out. 100 employees. Okay, ignore this one, I mistakenly written this. 100 employees work for 10 hours and your total cost is $10,000. Okay, you will have to make this program on yourself. Write it, and if there is any doubt, please ask me. I am very excited to answer all of your doubts as much as I can. Okay, so tell me your doubts, and tomorrow I will make another separate video where I will tell you how to actually do this, and I'll show you step by step. I'll guide you every line by line how it actually happens, or how to make this program work. So till then, see you guys. Hi there, this is Subhodeep again, and this video is the answer to the previous assignment that I had given a few days ago. So I'm gonna guide you through the solution to the assignment. So let's get started. The VS Code is already open. I'll write the code and I'll make sure that you understand it. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the VS Code. Okay, this thing, the output. Okay, hold on. So first, let's start with a comment, with a single comment. Now comments are very important. Last time I told you, because it helps you understand what you have actually written. It makes sense. Okay, so before comments, let's just write print welcome to the salary calculator. So this line is the welcoming statement that the program begins with. So we'll just write in the comment this the program begins with a welcome statement. Okay, and remember these comments are very important. Print welcome to the salary calculator, and now it will ask for total employees. That is how many employees works under you. So while it will prompt the user, it will show this message: enter the number of employees that work for you, and you will enter the number. And again a comment, it first asks the user to enter the number of employees that work for them. Next, they'll ask for the number of hours they have worked. Then it will ask the number of hours they have, sorry, the total number of hours they have worked. That is total hours. And finally, ask for the um, the rate per hour. Now finally the program will ask the user what is the amount that they will charge for every hour. So rate, so rate per hour and finally now it will make calculation. Calculate total price. Total price. Now the program will actually calculate the total price, which will be this formula right here. That is total amount is equals total hours into rate per hour. Put it into brackets into total employees. Now fine. Now after this program will ultimately show you the printed result. Okay. So here we go. So we ultimately say print. Okay. We simply say Okay, before this print statement, what do you think? Is everything alright, or do you think something is missing? If you guess that something is missing, then you are absolutely right. I was checking that if you can identify what is actually missing. So what's actually missing is this thing here. I have asked the user for input. The user will input. But the problem is anything the user inputs will be in a string format. And that means we cannot perform any calculations. So we will get the error here in line number 10 because it is performing multiplication and again multiplication. But you cannot perform multiplication on a string, right? Because whatever the user enters will be a string. So we have to convert it into our required format. So a human, total employees. So employees, each employee is a human. So human cannot be a float because I can't say there is 2.5%. It's either 2 or it's either 3, but I cannot say it's 2.5 or 3.5. So that's why this will be an integer. Okay, just do this thing. It will be an integer. Here we go. We just enclose it between these integer brackets. Okay, because it's a human and human cannot be a float number. It has to be an integer number. Now total hours. Hours can be integer, can be float. So it can be 10 hours, it can be 10.5 hours, it may be 10.7 hours, like that. So guess what? This will be a float. Float. Just enclose it. Put another bracket. You are ready to go. And finally rate per hour. And price can again be integer or float. So it will be a float. Because there is a chance that you will put anything after point. And wherever point comes, it will be a float. Now ultimately this thing, this total amount, may be of float type, maybe of integer type, but you don't care. You just make the calculations. Okay. And the fun fact is the calculation will always be in float because float multiplied by integer will give you float. Okay. This is the rule. And so this is the formula for calculating the total price. And why is this? See, total hours, that is the number of hours they have worked, and rate per hour, that is for every hour how much they will charge. Now this is the amount for one person. This is the amount for one person. But there are number of employees. There may be 10, there may be 20 employees. In order to calculate the total amount, you have to then multiply it with the number of employees actually working for you. Okay. So this thing, this bracket, sorry, this thing. This thing means the number of hours they have worked for, and for each hour how much they have charged. And this is actually the cost for one employee. And this, if we multiply this with this one, it will give us the total amount. Okay, and this is the formula. So now we will just print it in a nice way. We'll just put print function, and we will say this one str, because okay, let's just say this will be total employees plus worked for plus total hours plus your total cost is dollar total amount. Okay, so this basically means the result will print in this way. That is, if you say that you have 100 employees working for you for 10 hours, and for each hour they charge $10. So that means the print will be in this way. 100 employees worked for 10 hours and your total price is, you see this, total hours into rate per hour into total employees, that is 10 into 10 into 100, so near about $10,000. Okay, but there is again one thing missing. These are numbers. Okay, this total employees, okay, total hours, and then this total amount, these are float and integers, and you know, right, print cannot add things, print actually cannot add integer and string. This is a string because you see these quotations, but these are actually numbers. Now print statement cannot add integer and string, so we'll have to convert it into string like this. Just like you converted the string into integer, you will convert the integer and float into string. Okay, I guess we are done. And now let's run the program. Oops, not this one. Run it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Phew. What oh, okay. I didn't save it, so save it first. Clear the output. Now run the program. Okay. So if I just hit enter, so it is asking for the number of employees that work for you. So I just enter what? Oh, sorry. This output, this output window, it has a problem. It can actually print things, but it cannot take things. The user cannot actually input things through this. For this thing, you have to use the terminal thing. Go here, and this will automatically open in Windows. Now, here in the code section, right click and see this, run Python file in terminal. So it's best to run Python file in terminal. We'll be doing this a lot later on, but for now just click this, run Python file in terminal. So once you do this, this will run and this will take some time. Just wait. It's running. Okay, so now it asks for how many employees actually work for you. So you just say 100 employees. And how many hours did they work? Let's say 10 hours. And how much they charge per hour? $10. Okay, here you go. Oops. Okay, there's a mistake, but here is the result. 100 worked for 10 and your total cost is, okay, I need to just improve it slightly so that you can understand what's going on. 100 employees worked for hours and your total cost is this. Perfect. Okay, now I save it again and I just again run it. Okay, now it again asks for the number of employees that work for you. You say 100. Number of hours they worked, 10. And how much they charge per hour, $10. Thus, 100 employees worked for 10 hours and your total cost is $10,000. Here you go. Here is the answer. Now, that's the solution of our problem, and I am sending it to you. If you have any doubts, if you face any doubts or any, you feel like you are not yet comfortable with, please ask me and I'll be happy to answer it. Okay, so see you guys in the next video, and the next video will be about if else conditionals. Do this, do that. If this happens, do this. If that happens, do that. So that will be the next topic. So see you in the next video. Till then, bye. Namaste.